Coach, you drop a tough one here at home hosting Oklahoma State last weekend. Freshman Marissa Zucchetto got to have her first start at keeper. What did you see from her and what kind of went into that decision?
I just think she had a good week, and we thought we'd give one of the two 90 minutes, see if they could, make the big save. Really, the only big-time chance she faced was the one that went in, unfortunately. It was a good shot to the far post. She covered everything else that was in her wheelhouse, so we weren't unhappy with her performance at all.
But you've talked over and over about how you don't feel like your team is playing poorly, it's just critical errors. How small is the margin of error in Big 12 play, and what kind of message are you sending your team about that?
Well, if you just look back even through the last 5 years, a lot of the games we've won are 1-0. And so to take, a couple goals that are uncharacteristic of us can shake you up a little bit. But when you look at the rest of the game in its entirety, you're not upset with a whole lot else. It's all about results, though, and the girls know that, and we know that. And so the errors we've made have also had to be capitalized on. I mean, the girls still had to finish it, and it was a great shot. So we didn't catch a break there either. She could have just blasted it over. That would have been fine. But it just, constantly reminds us this conference is so tight from top to bottom. The supposed last-place team, K-State's beating teams. They're playing great. So I don't think they could be considered that anymore, and it's only their first year. So there's just not a weak team in the conference, regardless of the record. Every game is tight.
Well, now you have a quick turnaround against a really good team. You travel to West Virginia to face off against them in Morgantown. They're a top 10 team. You're playing on Thursday. What are the challenges of getting your team's focus back, and how do you feel like they've responded this week?
Yeah, there's no problem getting them focused. Focus is something they're used to doing week to week, whether we win, tie, or lose. But the task is difficult because they've won 30-some-odd games in a row in conference play dating back to the Big East. So they're a tough out on the road, and they finally kind of found their stride. They lost two of the best players in college soccer history, and I think everybody thought they were going to take a big step back. They didn't. They took a small step back, and then they took another step forward. Sometimes players come out of their shell when great players like that graduate. So I think that's what we're seeing from West Virginia, and they've done a great job keeping it rolling. So we know it's going to be tough. Their front line is as good as anybody in the country. They played for the national championship last year, and they should have won. So this is a really good team, and we know we've got our work cut out for us.
And finally, the last road game of the regular season at Iowa State. What do you anticipate seeing from them?
It's always interesting going to Iowa State because they have the same field we do, so there's no advantage for either team in that regard. But their team is well organized, and again, it's just another team. You can't look at their record. Every time I watch them play, I'm like, Tony's doing such a good job. The players in the right places. They got dangerous players up front. They've got good defenders. And if you focus on their record, you're going to be in big trouble when you go to Ames. So we just got to focus on their team and knowing we've got to have a really good performance on Sunday. And the extra day of rest should help us. It'll help them too because they don't play. They play on Thursday as well. So that last road game, there's a lot on the line for that. We need points. They need points. And so it's a big weekend.
Well, Coach, best of luck to you all this weekend. And don't forget that anything you need for Texas Tech soccer, just head on over to texastech.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media. For Coach Stone, I'm Taylor Peters, and this is Rolling with Stone.